We're joined by Coach John Court. Tim Doss is up first.
So 2 straight weeks where you come so close to getting that top spot. What's that feeling?
Feels good. It feels better than not doing it.
Yeah.
They've performed really well the last 2 weeks, and they've hit their stride. They've had two back-to-back 196 performances, two back-to-back no fall performances, and that's the first time all year that we've done that. So it was great to see just the performance last week, which was razor close, and this one as well. They have really good confidence in their routines right now going into Pac-12s, and they're having a lot of fun out there, and I think that makes all the difference in the world.
You guys are like right on that bubble, so to speak, I think you were at 37 today.
Right. We're either last four in or first four out, to put it in basketball terms. And but I'll tell you one thing. It's like, if we don't do what we do tonight, it's not even in the conversation. I mean, tonight we dropped a score in the 194s, and you count a 196. So, I mean, the qualification formula isn't awesome this year, in my opinion. However, it's something that we're glad that we were able to move the needle a little bit in a good direction. We'll go up by about 0.3. I don't know what's going on around the rest of the nation, tonight or certainly tomorrow. But they did everything that they were supposed to do, and as their coach, I'm very proud of them and they're proud of themselves. And I always say, if we do what we're supposed to do, wherever the chips fall, it could have been a 195 meet. You don't know sometimes with the judging panel, but they did what they were supposed to do. They executed how they do in practice, and they saw the end result. So now that they know that they can do it, and they learned that also last week, we're looking forward to training for 5 days or 6 days this week, and getting on the plane and going to Pac-12s.
Okay, I'll let Sean go, and if I have anything afterwards, I'll ask.
You can always ask me anything, Kim. You know that.
Thanks, Coach, for being here. So one of the things I love about sports personally, I'm sure you do as well, is just how they're so different and they're so unique. And I feel like one of the most unique features for you as a coach is, unlike any other workplace, sports is where you have to say goodbye to people so often, so many times, as you know, with so many seniors. So I'm wondering, is there any way as a coach that you prepare for that when so many of your athletes leave at times to then go on to do other things?
Well, I think as a coach, you get used to it. That's for sure. I've been doing this a long time, and very proud of all of our alums that are in our program, and these two, they'll be back here in a year from now when we do an alumni meet. So I think that there's really no way to prepare for it. You spend a lot of quality time with people over a 4-year or 5-year career, and they're great people. Both Peyton and Laura Lee, they're great young people, and I'm fortunate to have been part of their lives for this time, and I'm sure will be part of their lives when they do leave. And I think it's something that it just makes everything full circle. It's never goodbye with me. It's more like I'll see you later. That's for sure, because even though sometimes alums they leave, they're supposed to leave. I want you to go. I want you to get a job. I want you to go to grad school. You got to do one or two things with me, and that's the way certainly that I've always been. And we're proud. Our program is proud to put so many strong women out there in the world, because there's no NBA major league thing after this. It's not. It stops. And I always say it's one of the hardest breakups that you have as a gymnast is when you have to stop doing the sport. And that is different for everybody. But it's also great when you can stop doing the sport on your own terms, with the team that you want to be in, at the university that you love representing. It makes everything so much easier in that process. But I'll miss them both. But they're not going anywhere too soon, so we'll be okay. Me and the other coaches.
And then speaking of those two, Laura Lee and Peyton, if you could, how would you describe, or would you say sum up their careers here at the university from a coach's perspective?
Well, I think they came in both under different times. When you think about it, if you look at what this program has gone through over the past 4 years, they've kind of seen it all. They could probably write a book. They've been through coaching changes, athlete changes, pandemic. They've seen a lot. They've seen a lot. We've had some postseason things. We were the most improved team in the country last year, up until the point we had to stop. They were both part of that, and they've been very resilient. They both have a very great love of the sport, because if you don't, you don't do it at this age. You stop. And they're both able to do that. And they're both able to take care of their teammates as well. I mean, they're considered old for this team when 85, 88%, of our other routines come from freshmen and sophomores. So they've really both helped show them the way, especially in an important year like this, when we're just, at the end of the day, we want to try to do so many things right so we can play. But it's really, I rely on them to kind of keep everybody in line outside of the gym as well, so we can have those opportunities to play. And, I thank them both for their efforts over 4 years. And, like I said, I'll be sad to see them both go. Both them and their families have been big supporters of, Arizona Gymnastics, and big supporters of myself. And I just think that it's something that, like I said, it's a full circle thing. They're supposed to leave. They're supposed to get ready for the real world. And they're both of their past. Peyton wants to go into PT. Laura Lee's going to be an elementary school teacher. They'll be awesome. And I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about that. And I think that, they're leaving this program better than when they found it. And I said, that's any senior, you want to do that. You want to be able to look back and say, I made this place better during my 4 years here. And when they're sitting up in the stands in a year, they come back 5 years from now, they want to be able to feel it, knowing that they had an impact. So I'm proud of both of them for that.
And then one last quick question for you, Coach. So you, as you just talked about, Pac-12 championships right around the corner. What do you feel you and your team need to do to prepare to come off of these last few great meets that you have had to carry that momentum into that competition?
Well, I thought we carried the momentum pretty good, from ASU over to here. I mean, obviously there are things that we can work on. We didn't score 200, so there are some things that we can work on. Fundamentals. I mean, we gave away about 3/10 on vault. We didn't stick. We didn't stick one vault. So we got to work on some little things like that. And if we have 9.7, 7.5, and 9.8, we want to get those up a little bit higher into the 9.85 range. That'd be really good. Some judges awarded 9.9s, and the other judge went 9.8. So we want to be able to get that consistency piece, go 2 9.9s. That'd be a lot better than a 9.9 and certainly a 9.8. We'll be in the morning session with I think we'll be Stanford, Oregon State, and Washington. We'll compete at 1 o'clock, and all the teams are kind of peaking at the right time. It's going to be one heck of a meet. And do I feel that we can win our session? Absolutely. But I also feel that any team can win the session. It's going to be a very, very competitive meet, but we're ready for it.
John, I had one other question about, you talked about the qualification criteria. Are they different this year?
Yeah, it's a COVID qualification, so it's 2 home meets, 2 away meets. It's just your best 2 home meets, best 2 away meets. So tonight we helped out ourselves. I mean, we're counting a 195 on that calculation, but we dropped the 194 from one of the meets, so we're counting 196. So you get to move by I think 0.3 or 0.35, which is a big jump because we're all kind of bunched in there together. When you're talking a 10th or 0.05 between going and not going, 0.3 is a lot. So I'll check the rankings later tonight, see how things go. But what we needed to control, we did. We needed to do that tonight. And if tonight didn't go the way it did, well, 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks from now at a regional wouldn't even be in the discussion. So we did this tonight. We helped ourselves out. We have a away score that we can drop. Well, let's go. Let's do it again. Let's see where the chips fall from there. But it's been an exciting ride, and it's really going to be a very, very exciting ending to whenever the season stops.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Coach.
Absolutely. I'm done babbling. You can get them up here. They're looking at me going like, oh, you do this all the time? You come up here?
Next up, we have our 2 seniors. Sean, go ahead.
Thank you, ladies, for both being here. It's been a pleasure to cover you over the career here, even though I've only been with the paper for a month or so, but I've really enjoyed your performances. So, Laura, I saw during the meet that you were able to post a career high best on the floor for your final performance. I'm wondering, what did that feel like for you, seeing as how you're such a competitive person and always want to do the best that you can, and able to close out your career here in McHale with a career high?
Yeah, it's always exciting to compete, so it felt pretty good. I love competing and I love doing floor, so that was fun.
And then Peyton, I was wondering, so you talked about being a physical therapist, and do you plan on pursuing your career back at your home state in Massachusetts?
Yes, I plan on going back home for the summer, but I got accepted into a grad school in New York for physical therapy. So my plan right now is to go to grad school in New York, but eventually end up back home in Massachusetts.
And then after you complete grad school, do you see yourself in physical therapy specifically in gymnastics or in a specific type of sport, or is it just wherever it may take you after you complete grad school?
No, I think the end goal definitely is to bring gymnastics into it, but from a different light at this point. Um, bring instead of being the competitor, be the physical therapy side of it to help athletes stay healthy.
And then Laura, you talked about how what you'd like to do is to be a teacher back in your hometown with special needs children. I was wondering, what was it that made you want to be a teacher? Was it something you wanted to do your whole life, or was it somebody that throughout your life inspired you? Like, where did you find that?
Yeah, I get this question a lot, and honestly, I'm not really sure. I came in wanting to do nursing, but I found that I wanted to do pediatric nursing, but I found that I didn't really want the medicine side. I just really wanted to work with the kids. So doing special ed and teaching kind of brings it together.
Thank you, ladies.
Kim, go ahead.
So I want to talk about your career at Arizona, your careers. Both of you, you've had times where you've competed, you've had times with injury. What's it like as a student to have to deal with that part of life as well?
Well, it definitely hasn't made these 4 years easy, but I think it has kind of built me into the person I am today with all the injuries I've had. And I've had better times than others with competing and more events, less events, stronger skills and not. But I think the time management piece, along with learning to just keep pushing through the injury and knowing that your hard work will pay off in that sense, I don't know, it's taught me a lot.
Yeah, we both had a lot of injuries and a lot of big ones. But yeah, having a support system and really leaning into that has helped a lot. But yeah, it's definitely been hard.
You doing your student teaching here in Tucson, Larly?
Yes.
Um, awesome. So it's elementary, correct? Is what you're
Yes.
going into?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And so Pac-12s, what are you guys looking forward to? What do you expect? What do you need to improve on before then?
Well, we're definitely looking forward to Pac-12s. I think both of us have been injured, so it'll be our first time competing at Pac-12. So that's just a nice experience to have. And having a strong team this year that's very young, it's kind of nice because it's everyone's first time. So we're all going to go in like very excited. And the way we've competed the last 2 weeks, I think if we just keep moving forward, then we'll get the results that we want from Pac-12s, which can ultimately lead us to regionals if we keep working hard and fixing the little small areas.
Yeah, we've been having a lot of fun these last few weeks. Definitely getting higher scores, so that's more exciting. But just working on the small details this next week, and I think we're all just really excited to go on a travel meet because most of our meets this season have been home. So, yeah.
Great. Good luck. And
Great. Thank you, everybody. That's all we have for this afternoon.
Thank you.